What's going on? So we was talking about why Russell Wilson made Ciara wait for sex before he proposed to her, and it was a female at the restaurant that was like, "How you gonna make her wait for sex? How you gonna? That don't even make sense. Like, why would he do that?" And it was sad because that was a woman with a master's degree, and a lot of y'all talk about how educated you are, but obviously y'all went to school and don't really know nothing. Okay? Why would he want Ciara to detox from sex? Okay, let's look at the last maybe year or two before she got with Russell Wilson. She was with 50 Cent. She was with Stoudemire. I think Quentin Richardson, all within a year. And then went on to somebody else. Like, you're talking about all these dudes, relationship to relationship to relationship. And then all of a sudden, she's holier than thou, ready to be Queen Elizabeth and be a suitable wife. No, it does not work like that. She has to detox from all of those men that she's been with. A lot of you women, you don't really understand why you struggle with relationships, why you keep running into the same guys, because y'all don't want to detox. Y'all want to still live in dysfunction and thinking that you're in control. Guys too, some of these guys do it too, but this is about Russell Wilson making Ciara detox from sex. It's a biological fact that women, it's almost impossible for a woman to pair bond with a man after a certain amount of sex partners without detoxing, basically seeking help, seeking counseling or therapy. And it's almost impossible for her to attach to a man. And the data and the statistics, the marriage statistics, the divorce rate is showing that. It's showing it. 50% divorce rate and over 70% of the marriages are going to end before 10 years. It's because a lot of these women, they're marrying guys and they're going off of that initial high of the honeymoon stage, or I'm with a good guy, or he buys me everything, and then we get married, the high from the marriage, and then it's I'm bored, and then they come down off of that plane after about that 5 to 7 month mark. Or you married a guy or you got with a guy that you knew wasn't a real man. He wasn't a provider. He wasn't handling his business, and you thought he was going to get together. So you married on potential instead of marrying who really God wanted you to be with. And the guy hasn't formed into the man that he needs to be, a real man. So you got two of those situations. A lot of these women marrying on potential, and a lot of women who went from relationship to relationship to relationship. Oh, this is a good guy. I'll settle down with him. Right after Tyrone and Pookie and Ray Ray done ran you rapid, drug you through the mud, ran through you. Now you want the good guy. Doesn't work like that. Biology points this out. This is why I want y'all to look at pair bonding. Pair bonding. Women in pair bonding. Okay? It's a biological fact. When we talk about, this is why you see a lot of, let me take it this way. Let me get myself together. When we talk about pair bonding, this is why y'all women need to detox from men, because a lot of y'all, what you're doing is you're finding the guy friends, the guys that y'all really ain't really physically attracted to like that, and they're providing you the emotional support. Those guys that talk on the phone with you, go out with you, and don't really do nothing with you, and then you go to Tyrone and Pookie and Ray Ray or whoever, for the physical part. A lot of women are dividing those two. So when you meet the guy that you're actually with, Y'all don't want to get rid of the guy friends. And let me explain something to you. If you're a woman and you come to a real man, and you bring up guy friend, oh, that's my friend, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm going to tell you why. If that's so much of your guy friend, why ain't he introduce you to the real man? If that's so much of your real friend as a guy, we know who the real men are. We know who the good guys are. We know who the husband-worthy men are. If that's really your guy friend, why hasn't he hooked you up with a man? Let me explain something to you. It's probably 2 or 3 females that I don't have female friends, but I have 2 or 3 females that we don't talk really like that, but if they was to ask me, Mitchell, can you find me a husband? Give me 60 days, I'll find her a husband. And these are girls that I probably dated, and I can go find her the man that she should be with, or the man that I feel like she could be with. Why ain't your guy friend doing that? Because we know who the good guys are. Men, we know. So what's the problem? These women want to stay in dysfunction. Most of these women want to stay and stay in the dysfunction. They don't want to take the time away and heal and go a whole year, a complete year and a half, maybe even 2 years of no talking, no associating with men. That means you need to detach emotionally and physically. Because half y'all women, I've been single for 5 to 7 years, but you're still letting dudes from your past, from high school and college, still smash you all the way up until you about 27, 28, 29, and you talking about you been single. What does that mean? You still letting dudes from when you was 20 have their way with you. And you think that God's going to deliver you a real man and then you just going to be all ready to be no, it does not work like that. That's why a lot of y'all are struggling. That's why a lot of y'all don't really know what to do when you do get the good dude, when you do get the real man. You don't know what to do. You're still holding on to, well, my mama said it ain't about your mama. It ain't about your family. You're supposed to leave and cleave to the man, and y'all build y'all's own family. It ain't got nothing to do with your family. So that's why y'all like them dudes that really ain't leaders, dudes that really ain't real men, because they'll join your family. They'll, oh, what your mama say, or what your daddy say, or what your auntie. I want to jump on the y'all ship. He don't really want to say, hey, I got my own ship over here. Y'all don't want men like that. Y'all want the men that are gonna, hey, what time your mama doing this so we can be there, and then that's what y'all want. Because y'all are detoxing. Detox from these men. You're not supposed to be having conversations with dudes and getting emotionally tied, and then when you meet a guy who can do what that guy's doing emotionally, you're gonna say, well, in the beginning stages, oh, that's my guy friend, and I'm not gonna give up my guy friend. Here it is, you done met a dude that actually does what he does, because you don't like him sexually, but you're about to ruin a guy, a blessing that God just gave you, because you worried about a guy friend that you don't even really like. So, some of you women got decisions to make. You got some real decisions to make. It's, hey, you gotta cut these guy friends loose. And y'all gonna just have to start detoxing. You gonna have to detox. Y'all don't want to do that because y'all worried about being alone. Y'all don't want to be naked. Y'all don't want to really flush out your system. Just like an addict with drugs. Just like an addict with alcohol. You have to flush it out. You can't be an alcohol addict and then go to cocaine and say, I'm gonna do cocaine but not drink. You can't be an alcoholic and say, I'm gonna do cocaine, but I just said that. But you know what I'm saying? This is the same thing with women and sex. Oh, I'm not gonna deal with no Tyrone and Pookies, but I got this guy over here that I'm gonna talk to 5 times out the week and go out with because he helps me emotionally. You can't do that. You got to detox from men, 100%.